Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. On behalf of Governor Wolf, welcome, and thank you for gathering with us as we pause in order to celebrate on this 10th day of May, Older Americans Month. Just yesterday, Governor Wolf signed a proclamation designated the month of May 2017 as Older Pennsylvanians Month, urging all residents to take this time, this month, to celebrate older Pennsylvanians and the people who serve and support them as vital individuals who give greatly to the community. And today, I am incredibly privileged for the opportunity to lead this special celebration. As the Secretary of Aging, I am incredibly grateful to those who will also share some Older Americans Month thoughts and reflections with us. And as we begin our time together, I just want to provide a little bit of context by reviewing the real numbers that reveal how America is truly aging. Every year, the Administration for Community Living publishes a profile of older Americans report. Here are some takeaways from the most recent report, takeaways that challenge and encourage us to examine aging policy from a more holistic fashion, linking sometimes siloed programs into a more coordinated approach. For starters, during the past 10 years, the 65-plus population has increased 30% in the United States to 47.8 million. The 85-plus population is projected to triple from 6.7 million in 2015 to 14.6 million in 2040. Persons reaching the age of 65 have a life expectancy of an additional 19 years. For females, life expectancy currently is age 85, and for males, 83. Older women outnumber older men, and almost half of all older women live alone. And about 1 in every 7 persons in America is an older American. And in Pennsylvania, by the year 2020, that year of perfect vision, 1 in 4 Pennsylvanians will be age 60 and over. And with regard to our centenarians, those women and men who have lived to be 100 years of age or older, there are roughly 7,000 Americans who are age 100 and older. And Pennsylvania is home to the oldest American. At 113 years old, Delphine Gibson lives in Huntington County, Pennsylvania. Today, we recognize roughly 2.9 million older adults in Pennsylvania in honor of Older Americans Month. We celebrate this national observance in its theme, Age Out Loud, as a time for older Pennsylvanians to live boldly and to age fearlessly. I do want to start introducing those who will share this podium with me. First, joining us to share some words is the Minority Chair of the Senate Aging and Youth Committee, Senator Art Haywood.
Thank you. Good to see you again. Thank you, Secretary Osborne, and all those who are gathered today. I'm glad to kick off Older Americans Month. I'm 60, not quite 65, but I still will join in that celebration. As the Secretary has said, many of us are living longer, and of course that's a good thing. But some of us who are living longer are not experiencing the kind of retirement and dignity that we would hope could be enjoyed. Many of our older Americans are living on low and or minimum wage. I just received a report that there's over 200,000 Pennsylvanians who are in the workforce today and making under $10 an hour. And this, of course, is a low wage on which an individual of any age cannot make it. You may also know that there is a serious retirement challenge that we face. Many folks get to age 65 and they have $1,000 or no money on which to retire. So I'm glad to have joined with State Senator Pat Brown with legislation that would allow those who are in workplaces where there's no retirement plan to have a place to retire here with the state. And I certainly hope this legislation can go forward. But I want to say one story from my own family, and it's really the story of my mother and my sister. My mother is now 88, and my sister is 60. I won't tell her age, but my sister's an older adult. And she has been a caretaker for my mother for the last 4 years as a result of the stroke, the multiple strokes that she had. And so this journey of older adults is not one that they take alone. It's a journey that they take with family and with caretakers and friends and relatives. And so for Older Adult Month, I also wanted to recognize all the caretakers, all the AAA, all the aging organizations, all who provide support for the elderly, whether they are frail or not. And with that said, thank you so much for joining us, and let us all spend this month thinking about what we can do for each other as well as those who are 60 and older. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Haywood. It is also my honor to now introduce the Majority Chair of the House Aging and Older Adult Services Committee, Chairman Tim Hennessy.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Tim Hennessy. I'm pleased to stand here with my fellow chairman of the House Aging and Older Adult Services Committee, Steve Samuelson, to recognize May as Older Pennsylvanian Month here in the Commonwealth. Today we passed House Resolution 330 on the House floor to formalize that designation of May as Older Pennsylvanian Month. The fact that we have so many people today involved in aging advocacy is a contrast to what we used to have. Frankly, there are more people involved in that today than ever before. Each year in my office, I see more and more people coming in to advocate for themselves, for their friends, for their neighbors, for anybody they see in their neighborhood who they think needs our aging and older adult services that we provide readily here in the Commonwealth. I'm part of the baby boom generation. I think all of us, at least most of us on one side, the males on this side of the rotunda are part of the baby boom generation. Each day in America, 10,000 people reach the age of 65 years. But remember that our theme for this year is aging out loud, and I think we're doing that by examples all over the Commonwealth. Our seniors are more independent, they're more active, they're striving to live healthier lives so they can live even longer lives. And many of them continue their careers past the age of 65, and that includes me. Older adults continue to reinvent themselves through new work, new studies, new adventures, and they're doing yoga and painting and traveling, and you name it, seniors are doing it. As we age out loud, we're letting people know that our seniors matter. Today we recognize older Pennsylvanians and thank them for their contributions to their communities, to our neighborhoods, to our schools, and our churches. They, you, continue to enrich our Commonwealth with the knowledge, experience, and compassion they bring. So I thank our older adults who share those talents, skills, and stories with us every day as they continue to age out loud. Your lives continue to matter. You strengthen the social fabric of our great Commonwealth, and you make Pennsylvania a better place each day by your efforts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman Hennessy. It's my pleasure also to introduce Minority Chair of the House Aging and Older Adult Services Committee, Chairman Steve Samuelson.
Well, thank you very much. It was back in the 1970s, there was a hair care company that had a slogan, "You're not getting older, you're getting better." The same could be said of our new generation of older Americans. They're not getting older, they're getting better. Today's seniors are healthier and more active. They understand that eating right, exercising, and being socially connected can help prevent some diseases. Today's seniors are remaining active in their communities, whether it's by working beyond the traditional retirement age of 65 or becoming advocates for the rights of older adults. Many of today's seniors see growing older as an opportunity to give an old interest, a goal, or a special dream a second start. I want to thank Secretary of Aging Teresa Osborne. I want to thank Representative Hennessy, the chair of our committee. I want to thank Representative Tom Merton, who's joined us today. And I also want to thank our area agencies on aging, our home care workers, and our activists for seniors for all that you do to make sure Pennsylvania's senior citizens are not just getting older, they're getting better. The new face of aging in Pennsylvania is facing some challenges that we must all come together to meet. Many seniors may not have the financial security of a pension. We need to make sure that state lottery dollars are spent on providing services to senior citizens. And where we can, we have to expand important lottery programs so that seniors have the help they need to afford their prescription drugs or pay their property taxes or their rent. Just today in our Aging and Older Adult Services Committee, we advanced 4 bills that would try to support and enhance and expand the PACE and PACENet programs. Also today, as Representative Hennessy said, we passed Resolution 330 on the House floor, declaring Older Americans Month. I just want to read a sentence from that resolution. Whereas older Americans deserve recognition for the contributions they have made and will make to the culture, economy, and character of the United States and of this Commonwealth. So the theme of this Older Americans Month is Age Out Loud. We all should take that theme and become a voice for Pennsylvania's seniors so that they have every opportunity to grow in good health, in good spirits, and with dignity. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman Samuelson. And I do want to also point out, couldn't be here today because she was tied up on the floor, is Senator Michelle Brooks, who's the majority chair of the Senate Aging and Youth Committee, and also was already pointed out, Representative Mert. Thank you, Representative, for standing with us today and recognizing Older Americans Month. Like so many states across the country, Pennsylvania is blessed to have an amazing infrastructure of local area agencies on aging. 52 local area agencies on aging that cover the 67 counties of our Commonwealth, striving with us to serve, protect, enable, and empower older Pennsylvanians each and every day. Our next speaker is Rebecca May Cole, Executive Director of the Pennsylvania Association of Area Agencies on Aging.
Thank you, Secretary, and it's an honor and pleasure to be here. As the Secretary said, I am with the Association of Area Agencies on Aging. In short, we call them AAAs, so if I happen to call them AAAs, you'll know we're talking about Area Agencies on Aging and not the American Automobile Association. AAAs really are the local resource, the local connector to services and supports, and they are community partners. We come in many shapes and sizes, and we adjust to the needs of seniors, which are different from community to community. And all AAAs, all 52 AAAs, stand with me in recognizing Older Americans Month. In preparation for this event, I looked online and I Googled Aging Out Loud just to see what would come up. And I thought that the phrase that has kind of gone along, or the paragraph that has gone along with this, is that more than ever before, older Americans are working longer, trying new things, and engaging in their communities. They're taking charge, striving for wellness, focusing on independence, and advocating for themselves and others, which I think is really critical as we look at and recognize the wonderful contributions that older adults have for us in our Commonwealth. All of those words that were just said are very positive, are very telling in recognizing the wonderful resource older adults are to our state. We are where we are who we are because of those who came before us. We stand on their shoulders. I want to share a story. Back in the early 2000s, I volunteered with a program called Three's Company. It was a local program, and I had the honor of meeting a woman named Sue. She was about 90 years old at the time. She had been born around the 1910. and she lived in a senior high-rise. She did not believe in handouts. She was adamant that she would show her value and her worth. And so in the beginning of her life in the senior high-rise, she would help with preparations for the weekday meals that they were provided at that senior housing complex. Over time, she had physical disabilities that began to limit her ability to be as involved as she would like to be. On the day I met her, however, I asked her to tell me about herself. What were her interests? What made her proud? And so she said she was proud of the fact that she earned her keep, that even at the age of 90, she still volunteered down in the community room by folding napkins. She was fiercely proud of her ability to fold those napkins, to contribute. And while some may not think it was a significant contribution, to her it was. To me it was. I mention this not only because of the important contributions our wonderful seniors make in Pennsylvania, but to also consider how we can empower them to recognize that they are still contributing. At all levels, they're contributing. Often I hear about how older adults feel they're no longer contributing. They're wrong. They contribute at a variety of levels through employment, volunteering, providing love, guidance, a listening ear, and sometimes a much-needed kick in the pants. Take time today, tomorrow, and for the rest of the month, each and every day, to recognize the value of older adults in our lives. Recognize by just being there, they're contributing to us and to our lives. Even though Sue could only fold the napkins when I first met her, she had an enormous impact on my life. Not a week goes by that I don't think of something that she had said to me, how she adopted me as her honorary granddaughter, how she honored me by allowing me to sit by her when she passed. Today's older adults are growing louder than their predecessors. They are stronger advocates for themselves. They're demanding attention. The theme this year of Aging Out Loud is so very appropriate. Let us stand next to our seniors in sharing their voice. We, those standing here with me, those who serve seniors, AAAs, honor our seniors each and every day. We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. Let us uplift those very people by listening to them and shouting alongside them. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. And similar to our positive relationships with the area agencies on aging, our last speaker represents an agency which since its inception in 1958 has remained true to its founding principles: to promote independence, dignity, and purpose for older persons, to enhance the quality of life for older persons, and to encourage older people to serve, not to be served. Please join me in welcoming the Associate Director of AARP of Pennsylvania, Desiree Hung.
Thank you, Secretary. Thank you, everyone, for allowing me to be here with this distinguished panel today. Since 1963, Older Americans Month has been a time to celebrate older adults and their many contributions to society. This year's theme, Age Out Loud, emphasizes the ways older adults are living their lives with confidence and passion while serving as an inspiration to people of all ages. The fact is, older adults are working longer, trying new things, engaging in their communities. They're taking charge, focusing on independence, and advocating for themselves and others. What it means to age has certainly changed, and Older Americans Month is a great opportunity to celebrate what getting older looks like today. At AARP, we recognize much of that same age out loud attitude every day, only we call it Disrupt Aging. Disrupt Aging empowers people and leverages collective voice. It's about advocating for our future, particularly around aging. We're committed to defying expectations and doing away with barriers that limit people's decisions about how they want to live as they age. We believe you decide how you want to age, that you have the power to make that decision, and you can age out loud. The truth is, we're all aging every day. That's especially true here in Pennsylvania, where more than 20% of our residents will be over age 65 in the next 5 years. Older adults represent one of our state's fastest growing demographic groups of residents and voters, and we have grave concerns that older Pennsylvanians will lose their representation in state government. Those same older adults are looking to Harrisburg for help with the tools they need to remain independent and age in place. They're counting on our state to continue rebalancing its long-term care system so that programs like senior centers, home care, and adult day services can help ensure more older adults age at home and in their communities where they want to be. We also need to make sure that Pennsylvania's lottery fund remains strong and dedicated exclusively to programs benefiting older residents who are not eligible for Medicaid but still require help to remain at home. The lottery is a unique resource for older Pennsylvanians and one that must be protected and preserved, not just for today's older adults, but for generations to come. These critical steps are small parts of working to change the overall conversation about age and aging. At AARP, we believe aging is about growth, not decline. It creates new opportunities, not just challenges. Older people are contributors and not burdens. Each and every one of us should be valued for who we are, not by how old we are. So let us the spotlight of Older American Month to challenge stereotypes and attitudes about getting older and continue to blaze a trail for future generations of aging adults so those aging adults can age out loud. Thank you.
Thank you, Desiree. In closing, I again want to thank our chairman, Chairman Hennessy, Chairman Samuelson, and all the members of the House who this morning passed a resolution naming today Older Pennsylvanians Month, and to our senators, Senator Brooks, Senator Haywood, and all the members of the Senate who declared this month of May Older Americans Month. Thanks again to Representative Mert for standing with us today, and for all of you joining our presentation today in order to move through the rest of this month of May, encouraging and enabling and empowering our seniors to age out loud. Such compelling and compassionate words each of our speakers spoke today from these Pennsylvania leaders who share a common bond, who share a common belief with us at the Department of Aging and all of our staff and our network of area agencies on aging that our seniors deserve to embrace the opportunity to age out loud. This year's Older Americans Month's theme, which emphasizes the ways older adults are living their lives with boldness and with confidence, with passion, all while serving to inspire people of all ages. Thank you very much for joining us today. Enjoy the rest of your day, and make sure to celebrate Older Americans Month every day.